Because social media is filled with so much noise, I really believe that steals creativity, that steals ideas. Because you're always looking at everybody else's ideas and everybody else's creativity. You need time to hear yourself and see what you're made of, see what's on the inside of you. I feel like this year, I wanna rise to the occasion. I wanna stop wishing that my life was a certain way and desiring to see certain things change, but I wanna do something about it this year. And for me, that looks like spending less time on social media. And welcome back to another video. In today's video, I'm going to be making my favorite soup. I'm at home, I'm chill, I'm relaxed. I have the kids today. Elijah's working, Save is taking a nap. So I don't know how much time she's gonna give me. Let's get into it. I'm literally out of onion. That's like the base of the soup. Let me see if it's okay. I really didn't think it would be in there, but I was having high hopes. We're already off to a bad start. Now I'm debating, should I make this soup without the onion? Let's proceed. I'm literally in denial about the onion, but whatever, we're gonna proceed, okay? This is what you do. You roll with the punches. You roll with the punches. Let me call my mom. Pretty sure I wore this top in my last 3 videos, my last 3 vlogs. And I promise you guys, it's always after a wash. Like I literally took this out of the dryer this morning, but when you have kids, your clothes don't last through the day. I guess my toxic trait is when I get new clothes, I wear it until it's like on its last leg. So it looks like I'm gonna have a big wet stain throughout this whole video, but authenticity in 2024. And every time I make this soup, I call her and I ask her. She's gonna be like, seriously? Do you not know the answer to these questions?
Hey, sweetheart.
Hey, Mom.
Hi.
I have a very important question for you.
I'm not alone. I'm with your cousin, my cousin.
Oh, hi.
Hi.
I have no idea what you're saying.
Uncle Joshua died.
Oh my gosh, I'm sorry to hear.
Yeah. Okay, what's your question?
Well, now it feels inappropriate to ask. I want to know about the chicken soup because I'm about to make it, but I don't have onions. Is it possible to make it without onions?
Of course.
Oh, really?
Of course. And you're good.
Okay, thank you. Okay, I'll talk to you later. I'm gonna go do this.
All right.
Okay, bye, I love you.
Love you too.
Dang. I swear every time I call my parents, my mom or whatever, somebody died. It's just really sad. I mean, I wasn't really that close to him, which is why I'm not sad about it. I mean, I'm still sad for my family, but like, not for me. I mean, this sounds terrible. Whatever. Let's move on. So, good news. You guys heard, she said, I don't need the onions. It's okay, I can make it work. So this is what we have. We have oh wait. Oh my gosh. This is chaotic, okay? Let's get started. Let me wash my veggies. You have to wash your This is chaotic. So while I was cooking this meal, I really wanted to talk to you guys about social media addiction, breaking out of it. A few weeks ago, me and my girlfriends, we were having a conversation and one of my girlfriends was like sharing a really impactful dream she had about like social media addiction. We were all talking and we essentially realized that there was a little bit of addiction in all of us when it came to social media. We took an honest look at our screen time. If I still have that screenshot, I'll post it here. But my screen time was atrocious. It was the worst. It was so bad. So we put a lot of boundaries around our social media. We came together and we decided that, you know, there's gonna be one day a week where we don't go on social media at all. And then there's gonna be every single day we're gonna have like a limit on how long we're gonna spend on social media. We have to be on there because we're content creators. Everybody that was in this conversation. Who do I think I am, Gordon Ramsay? Why do I feel like I've been cutting celery for 40 days and 40 nights? But we did realize that we need to spend significantly less time. And I'm so glad we did, because ever since that conversation, every week my social media consumption has drastically dwindled down to the point where this week I have even very little desire to be on social. And I find that my mind is so much clearer. I have so much more clarity. I find that I'm a better creator. Like, I am breaking out of the habit of scrolling through social media, whether that's Instagram or TikTok, to find ideas in terms of trends. I find that I'm trying to break out of that habit, and it's forcing me to be a better creator. It's forcing me to be more creative and look within myself for ideas, and looking to places like YouTube where I can be actually poured into and learn something and be educated on something, so that I can pour out to my audience in a more effective way and give my audience substance, as opposed to doing trends all the time. And listen, I love a good trend, and I don't think I'll ever stop doing trends, but I do want to prioritize personality content and content of substance over just a trend more than ever in 2024. High heels on my tippies.
Say ain't Gabbana, that's one of my tippies. Cap me
Garlic in first. Celery and carrots go in. Now add a little more oil. What am I addicted to oil? Please. Listen, I do everything off of vibes. If it looks right, it'll taste right, in my opinion. Back to the social media conversation. I don't know. I think the way that I've been thinking about it is, why are we watching other people live their lives and we're not where we want to be? It doesn't make any sense. It's crazy to constantly be watching that if you're not where you want to be, or constantly watch it and you're not doing the work to get to where you want to be. And I'm speaking to myself, okay? I know what I'm saying to you, but I'm really talking to myself, because it's really a problem. And even with the rise of short form content, where you're always looking for the next hit, the next video, it's a constant scroll. It's a problem. And I think that if we're always looking down at our phones, then we're not going to be looking at our lives and seeing what we can do in our lives to make our lives better. It's just a distraction. I was listening to Myron Golden, who was like, why are broke people watching TV? Like, that don't make no sense to me. And that's a little harsh, you know, that's a little spicy, but I felt what he was saying. I'm not broke by any means, but I still felt what he was saying. Like, if I'm not where I want to be, why am I watching TV? Why am I watching Netflix? Why am I? Yes, there's space for entertainment, but you be the judge in your own life of how much entertainment you're consuming, you know? But I think it's so important in 2024 for all of us to limit our consumption. And you can be the judge of what that looks like. But I know for me, I need it to be basically nothing, because I want to be a better creator. You're a better creator when you're not consuming every single thing social media is feeding you. You're a better creator when you're learning and reading books and being filled up from spaces like YouTube. I love YouTube, guys. I'm in my YouTube era. I feel like I've always loved YouTube. Wait, let me mix this. High heels on my tippies.
Say ain't Gabbana, that's one of my tippies.
What was I saying? Right. As I was saying, I've always loved YouTube, but I feel like the flame has been reignited in my heart for YouTube in just a different way. Just looking at other creators who are offering new perspectives, fresh perspectives, things I haven't heard before. I'm just loving it. And I'm like, this is where I need to be. Long form content. I feel like so many of us, we don't know that we're craving it, but truly what we're craving is long form content. We're craving the slow down. I don't think life should always be that fast where we're just scrolling every 3 seconds. I remember it was to a point where I always needed to be listening to something. Like if I was in the shower, I'm listening to something. If I'm, in my room just before bed, I'm scrolling. It's crazy. Even enjoying silence is a good thing. Getting outside, being in nature, real dopamine hits. I used to be really discouraged if I didn't get the engagement I thought I needed to get. Now I'm like, I do not care. Listen, I'm gonna show up the way I'm supposed to show up. And if you guys love it, great. If you don't love it, okay. Or if the algorithm doesn't even give it a chance, that's cool too. But at the end of the day, I feel so much more fulfilled just coming on to post, share what I want to share, say what I want to say, maybe like a couple of my favorite creators and getting off. That has very much been the vibe lately.
High heels on my tippies. Say ain't Gabbana, that's one of my tippies.
I'm tired already. I also have found that when you're spending less time on social media, it gives you time to think about all of the other things that you really just weren't thinking about before. Something that I have been thinking about so much lately is how I want to become a better communicator. I find since I've been creating a lot more YouTube videos and I've been editing myself a lot, I've been realizing that I say like, you know, and yeah, just annoying things like that. And I'm trying so hard to actually do what it takes to stop saying that. And obviously, I'm sure I said it a million times in this video, I actually found myself looking up resources that give you tips on how to stop saying those words and what to say in the meantime. And that was really helpful for me. I'm realizing, you know what? I'm a pretty good parent, but I want to be a better parent. And now I have time to read more resources about being a good mom and emotional intelligence and all of that stuff. And I'm excited for that. I just know my life is going to be so much richer because I'm not going to be in my phone all the time. I'm actually going to be spending time bettering my life, improving my life, and also spending time with the people that I care about the most. And it's not that I didn't spend time with the people that I cared about so much, but when your screen time is, I don't know how many hours, those are hours you're taking away from the people in your life. I was listening to this man talk yesterday on YouTube, and he was just talking about how there's a window of time. He was talking to believers, specifically about believers who God has called them to do things in their life and they've just put it off. But he's saying, no, in this season, there's a window of time. Quoted the scripture, Ecclesiastes 9:11, which I love. Let me pull it up. It says, I have observed something else under the sun. The fastest runner doesn't always win the race, and the strongest warrior doesn't always win the battle. The wise sometimes goes hungry, and the skillful are not necessarily wealthy. And those who are educated don't always lead successful lives. It is all decided by chance, by being in the right place at the right time. And I love that. Other translations say, time and chance comes to them all. It's essentially saying that there's an opportunity and there's a time and there's a window of time for all of us where we're going to have to make sure that we rise to the occasion. And if we're always in our phones, I don't think we're gonna be rising to the occasion. And that was just so powerful for me because I feel like this year I want to rise to the occasion. I want to stop wishing that my life was a certain way and desiring to see certain things change, but I want to do something about it this year. And for me, that looks like spending less time on social media. And even though it doesn't seem like a huge thing that's going to cause a lot of catalysts for change, it really does. It already has in my life. And I've been doing this for 3 going on 4 weeks now. It's crazy how the little decisions really do impact so much. I've also found that I have so much more time for my thoughts. And while that doesn't seem like an important thing, it really is. I found in the past, there was so much noise because I'd be scrolling on social media all the time and just scrolling on my phone, period. And there would just be so much noise that I didn't give myself a chance to think. Now, even lately, what I've been doing is just sitting still, being in the moment, being still, and just being in the quiet. Silence is so powerful and important. And because social media is filled with so much noise, I really believe that steals creativity, that steals ideas. Because you're always looking at everybody else's ideas and everybody else's creativity. You need time to hear yourself and see what you're made of, see what's on the inside of you. And that comes when you're not in your phone. Think about it. If you weren't on social media, or you only gave yourself 30 minutes a day on social media, what could you accomplish? Really think about that. And I'll keep it real with you. On a day like today, when I have the kids, my husband is working, I probably in the past would have spent most of her nap scrolling. But today, my social media time limit is up. And now that it's up, I'm like, okay, I already spent my hour for the day. Let me do something else while my daughter is napping. I was gonna watch a YouTube video, but then I was like, you know what? I have this idea to talk about social media addiction, and why don't I just do it while I'm gonna cook a meal? Because I'm gonna cook a meal anyway. And that's creativity, you know? I mean, I'm not doing the most in the video, but it's still something that I wouldn't have done if I was on my phone. While that soup is cooking down, I really wanted to talk to you guys about some more of the benefits of just taking time off social media and adding more boundaries around it, because I truly believe your life is going to improve. One of the benefits of reducing your consumption all around is better sleep. So many of us are on social media just before we go to bed, on social media as soon as we wake up. And that light essentially affects your brain. It affects you. You just don't want to be consuming all of that information or whatever you're consuming before bed and hearing all of these other voices from all of these different creators before bed. It's really good to have a sense of clarity and peace before you hit the sack, you go to sleep for the night. It'll be easier to fall asleep. It'll be easier to stay asleep. You won't feel tempted to constantly be looking at your phone because the desire will start to wean. Like, you won't have that major desire to be on the phone all the time. But also just listen to yourself more, hear your own voice, hear your own thoughts, lean into you, lean into your own gut instincts, lean into what you think about your parenting. You're definitely gonna hear my kids in the background. Of course, it's always good to draw wisdom from other sources, you know, like if there's a question you have about your parenting or something in marriage or whatever, it's good to, you know, do some research or look up some of your favorite creators that maybe specialize in whatever it is that you're looking up. But it's also good to lean into you and trust your gut instincts. Also, if you have a community of people, you can lean into them. You can ask them what they think about a particular thing. Like, they know you best. So sometimes even when you are getting wisdom from outside sources, it's not going to be tailored to you and who you are. So just spending less time on social media allows you to lean into you, trust you, hear your gut, listen to your own instincts, but also listen to others that love you and know you, that are close to you, where you could lean into them. As you're building those intentional relationships, because you're spending more time with the people in your life and less time with these parasocial relationships that aren't even really real, you're able to glean from the wisdom of the people in your life. And listen, in 2024, we just need to have so much more JOMO, okay? Joy of missing out. You're not missing out on anything taking more time off social media. Literally nothing. Because I find that even when I go on there, I'm like, I can't believe I was consuming this for so many hours a week. Like, I just can't believe it. You'll realize that it's not as full of substance as you think once you take time off and you actually start doing real things in real life. And not that I wasn't doing real things in real life before, but the amount of productivity, creativity, clarity, all of those things, it's so much better now. Social media tends to birth a lot of anxiety, comparison, depression, and I think that's because a lot of the times you're looking at other people's lives. You just need to have strong boundaries. You know, obviously you experience those mental health issues sometimes outside of social media, but I feel like social media can really exacerbate it. And if you're spending less time on social, I feel like you can actually be looking for real dopamine hits. I have a list here of things that you can actually be doing, more things you can be doing outside of social media. So first things first, you could be reading more, educating yourself more, growing in knowledge and wisdom in areas that you actually care about. You can be spending more time with the people in your life, like I mentioned earlier. You can be taking up a new hobby. You don't even know what you love yet. You can be 50 and discover a new hobby or something that you're falling in love with. You can be 30, you can be 25. You can find different hobbies at different stages of your life, but you need to give yourself that time to explore and have the creativity. And spending less time on social media frees you up, gives you more freedom to do things like that. Challenge yourself in a new way. I don't know, run a 10K. Challenge yourself, whether that's starting a YouTube channel and being faithful with it, or starting painting and trying to take classes and challenging yourself to actually paint something and sell it by the end of the year, or like I said, running a 10K, running a marathon, whatever. The opportunities are endless. Spend more time outside, go on a walk, go on a hike. I don't know, what do people be doing outside? Camping? I really don't know. Pray more, read your Bible more, like explore God more, hear his heart more, hear what he wants for your life. You'll be amazed at just how much easier it is to tune into God and hear God when you're tuning out all those other voices. Anyway, guys, that marks the end of today's video. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this, and if you want more videos that are like this, then like, comment, and subscribe. This is fun. It was different, a little bit chaotic, but 100% me. So please let me know if you'll be spending less time on social media and doing any of these ideas that I mentioned. I'm so excited to hear from you guys in the comments, and I just love that you guys have been loving the vlog style. That has been awesome for me and has just made my heart so full hearing from you guys. So thank you so much. Bye.